Let's do some little vocabulary if we can, because I'd like to talk about what some of the problems are that gay people encounter, and I also like to help. You know, when I talked about going back to France, and I knew more than just poulet meaning chicken, so some of us don't know what to say, like they don't know how to ask, you know, Ray, how is Brian, because they don't know what to call Brian. So if they knew what to call Brian, they might ask Ray, you know, at work on Monday morning, more directly, how was your weekend? Are you with me? So let's do a little vocabulary. The first word is homophobia. Now, homophobia is technically means the fear and hatred of homosexuality in others or in ourselves. Right? It is an overused word from my perspective, because if you suggest that somebody who is uncomfortable is homophobic, then you're losing the power of the word. Lots of people are uncomfortable with this issue who are not homophobic. Discomfort does not indicate homophobia. Right? Conservative religious values does not indicate homophobia. The person that you talked about who said it is the same, it's a sin, and it's the same as murder, that's more than conservative religious values. That is going out of one's way to create a hostile environment around the issue. See, there are people in this room, undoubtedly, who have conservative religious values on this issue, but wouldn't come to disrupt today. They came to listen, to learn more information. I've had people come up to me at the end of a presentation and say, Brian, I'm a fundamentalist Christian, and I think that homosexual behavior is morally wrong, but I also think telling an anti-gay joke is morally wrong. Okay, so that person and I can work together, right? We don't have to embrace each other's values. I have different values than they do, right? I interpret the Bible differently than they do, but we don't have to debate the Bible at work. All we have to do is work together with professional respect. Right? The homophobic person goes out of his or her way to create a hostile environment. It's the joke teller. Right? It's the person who doesn't want you to come today, who pressures you against coming. It's the person who defaces signs. Right? When the gay and lesbian employee resource group puts up a sign, they take them down. Right? It's the person who, on my way out of my apartment one day, on my way to work, there was a big sign over my mailbox that said, "Get out of town, McNaught, I hope you die of AIDS." That's homophobia. And the impact on that is that the next time the phone rings, you pick it up not knowing, is it the person who put the sign up? And that's the intention, is to intimidate you. So that's homophobia. I know it's a new word for some people because the Census Bureau gave me a call one time. I swear that this is true. The U.S. government called me and said, this is after I filled out the long form, said, Mr. McNaught, it says here you're a homophobia educator. I said, yes. She said, well, we don't know what that is, but we think it's for people who are afraid of leaving the house. Are we right? I said, no. That's agoraphobia. I said, homophobia is the fear of homosexuals, and there was a long silence. And thank you very much, and a click. All right. Heterosexism is different than homophobia. I want to suggest that there probably is not a lot of homophobia where you work. There's probably not graffiti in the bathroom. And if there is, it should be immediately removed. There probably is not threats made to people, physical threats. There may be. The more pervasive issue is heterosexism. Heterosexism, like racism and sexism, is a value system. Right? In sexism, the value is that it is better to be male than it is to be female. When I was a kid, the first thing that an adult would say to you to get you to change your behavior, if you were crying, for instance, is, big boys don't cry, little girls cry. Boy, that was established early. You had big boys and little girls, right? That's how they got you out of the bathroom, right? Don't preen in front of the mirror. Your sister preens in front of the mirror. When I played basketball, the coach would say, all right, ladies, out on the court, if he was upset with your performance, right? And there's a real link. Don't throw the ball like a sissy, son. Well, Dad, how does a sissy throw a ball? Look at your sister, right? He's obviously not watching women in the Olympics, but look at your sister. Don't throw like your sister. Don't catch like your sister. That's sexism, and it's a value system, right?